Yeah, this is DJ Balupa, baby, bringing to you another TF2 weapon review straight from the Chief Balupa YouTube channel. I'm gonna bust into your head through your funny looking eyes and mystify you with my entertaining analyses. Those of you vulnerable to nostalgia for underrated Xbox titles are already down. I know you are. Today we got ourselves a unique case, cause this weapon is bad, but it doesn't quite live up to its reputation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's hang up that impression, as I cannot do justice to the venerable DJ Professor K.
I forgot to wear my underwear, baby.
So like I said, Babyface's blaster is a different case to the weapons I've covered this far, in that it isn't good, but it's still a good bit better than people claim. And when used correctly, you may find the rare high moments that this thing inspires will make you consider using it a bit more. If we take a look at the weapon card, we can see that apart from the extremely unoriginal ammo capacity decrease, it functions identically to the stock scouter gun. Really, the only thing to mention is its unique mechanic. Gain speed on hit, and lose speed on getting hit, or double jumping. Which by itself sounds really fun, but this interesting mechanic is coupled by one of the most disgusting downsides in the game. Minus 10% movement speed. I don't think I really need to state just how impactful of a downside this is. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Even though you're still faster than the other 8 classes, you instantly feel like you're suddenly 40 years older as you watch all the youngsters fly by. It will really make you feel like a geriatric though. You roll out so sluggishly in comparison to before that you will actually wait to use the teleporter. No joke. Similarly to the shortstop, the difficulty that people experience when wielding this weapon stems off of a lack of understanding how it's supposed to be used. Or rather, how it should be used, because I doubt this strategy is how they intended it, but unfortunately a strategy is necessary to make it usable. Typically when people equip the blaster, they have one thing on their mind. They want that intoxicating effect of moving in for the kill faster than enemies can react, but find themselves horribly disappointed when they get hit by a single bullet, fall on their face, and fucking die. Meaning the name of the weapon is very apt, as it makes those who try to use it act quite infantile indeed. This experience is typically aggravating enough to have to switch back to stock faster than Sniper Main switches to a crippling handicap after suffering a single backstab. And no, I wasn't joking. After earning a full boost meter by dealing 100 damage, a full grenade's worth, it only takes 25 to lose all of it, going from 173% speed plummeting down to 120. No exaggeration, one single bullet is enough to set you back to square one. This is enough to get basically everyone to put the weapon on their worst weapons in the game list. But does it deserve it? Well, I think it'd be a bit more appropriate to put it on a one tiny buff would fix it entirely list. Because for someone like me who enjoys the hell out of weapons that give short intense bursts of joy over spread out long-term ones, it's frankly kind of addicting. Because using this weapon correctly can be a little intoxicating. And you may find yourself getting carried away by your own speed, and in embarrassing ways.
Too slow!
So what is this saving grace of a strategy? Well, like I said, people think of the blaster as the speed weapon. Go fast and enjoy it while you can. But that mentality will lead you to anguish. How it's supposed to be used defies normal Scout gameplay convention, possibly why it goes unused by most Scout players. Because most of the time when people play Scout, it's a very reaction-based playstyle, deciding your next move based on the actions of your enemies. Here's where this weapon differs. You must instead act proactively, because the thing that gets you killed isn't losing your speed, it's being surprised by its loss. Hey everyone, Chief with seasonal allergies here. I would show up on camera to say this, but you wouldn't want that. Just wanted to stop and ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. I put a lot of time and effort into these, so it'd be much appreciated. Now, this is all very psychological, so stay with me. When a charged BFB scout runs at a soldier and takes damage, he gets slowed, surprising him, and throwing off his aim and lead of the next rocket. But if you allow yourself to be surprised as well, you can't take advantage of the situation. Keeping a level head after having planned for this to happen, you can deal some damage to the enemy, gaining some boost back and throwing them off again. Just pretend that you're that douchebag on the highway who keeps slowing down and speeding up to keep you from passing him. When navigating the map, you need to plan ahead in all of your game plans, like planning ahead on a road trip, where you're most likely to gain and lose speed. Keeping yourself from being surprised by these changes in speed is paramount to not crashing. And even though losing your charge by double jumping is a pretty obviously bad downside, it's not terrible, as through it you can decide when you want to slow down, tripping your enemy up even more. And with all this extra speed, you can pull out some strategies that you couldn't dream of performing before. Case in point, the double back. If you find yourself face to face with an opponent that has the edge in the fight through map geography or something, surprise the shit out of them with this one simple trick. Run back, curve around, and hit them from behind. They'll think you're retreating and won't realize how quickly you can give them the old Omaiwa move. And it's important to remember that regardless of not having boost, you're still the fastest thing out there. And with some ingenuity, you can still avoid most attacks. But all this being said, its effectiveness is still super dependent on the map you're using it in. Just don't torture yourself on the smaller ones, man. Basically, every corner is a spot where you can expect to lose speed. On some of them, though, your speed is a very powerful tool, and if the enemy team isn't prepared to deal with it, you can capture the objective for your team single-handedly. For secondary and tertiary weapons, I think speed and bleed is most capable, that being guillotine and rap assassin, as the ability to generate speed from a distance is super useful, especially considering you can put it in your game plan. But for 1v1s, I'd recommend the pistols, especially the pocket pistol with its extra firing speed. It'll build up charge quicker in a firefight. There's also something to be said about its synergy with a certain radiation-laced substance, because with the blaster, Bonk can achieve its full potential by acquiring the speed that it so desperately needs to be a good weapon. Fully charging the BFB then drinking Bonk allows you to run past enemies far more efficiently than before, and with that invincibility, you won't lose charge while it's active. But I want to be clear here, even though I just talked this thing up big time, not gonna lie, still kinda sucks. Even when taking everything into account, it is just way too nerfed to be considered good. While it can give you those moments that you strive for, most of the time, its annoyance factor overshadows them, and is definitely one of the weapons that needs a buff. Just triple this number and we're golden. Okay, sound good? Yeah? Cool. In its current state, it's only good for some fun, which is a good enough reason. So if you want to give this thing a shot, here's my advice. 1. The speed may be intoxicating, but it isn't everything. 2. Plan your routes so you can expect to lose speed. 3. Pick good maps. 4. Use appropriate backup weaponry. And 5. Listen to the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack. I'm serious, this is like the most important part. Understand the concept of love. So have fun, and I'll see you guys on the streets. Oh, and play Bomb Rush Cyberpunk when it comes out. Now that's gaudy material.